James Williams talks about his role as a no-nonsense teacher on the hit series Abbott Elementary, and how the show gave him back his confidence after years of fearing he'd never have much of a career outside of having been a child actor and a young Chris Rock on the show Everybody Hates Chris. Join us. Weekdays at 2 on WNYC, or live stream it at WNYC.org.
Marketplace Morning Report is coming up next, and then in 10 minutes at 9 o'clock, it's the BBC NewsHour on WNYC. Let's check in with London and see what they're working on. Hello, London.
Good morning, WNYC. I'm Rebecca Kesby, and on today's NewsHour, the US Secretary of State is in Ukraine with the message, the weapons are on the way, but will they arrive in time? And we hear from the Georgian president, who has the power to veto a controversial law causing mass protests, but will she? That's BBC NewsHour coming up at 9 on WNYC.
61 and sunny in the big city right now. We have a slim chance of some showers and thunderstorms. That's this afternoon. We'll have partly sunny skies today and a high of 75. More wet stuff tomorrow. Showers likely in the morning and afternoon rain likely. Cloudy and 69 on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, another chance of rain. Mostly cloudy and 69 and windy. We clear out and dry up, looks like on Friday. Right now, 61 and sunny at 8:52.
There is confirmation now that President Biden will impose higher tariffs on a range of goods coming in from China.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Viking, exploring the world in comfort. With a fleet of small ships, Viking offers travel experiences for the thinking person. Discover more at Viking.com.
I'm David Brancaccio in New York. The higher China tariffs build on Trump administration policy, but the Biden people say their moves are more targeted. Marketplace's Henry Epp reports.
President Biden's planned tariffs are focused mostly on goods that he hopes to produce more of in the U.S. Electric vehicles, batteries, solar cells, semiconductors. And the administration argues China is undercutting those industries by flooding the global market with artificially low-priced items. So Biden will raise the price for companies to import those goods to the U.S. Tariffs on Chinese EVs will go up from 25% to 100%. Solar tariffs will double to 50%. The administration says the new policies will help protect domestic manufacturers. It's a narrower approach than what former President Donald Trump is proposing if he wins another term in office. Trump has said he would put a more than 60% tariff on all Chinese imports and a 10% tariff on every import from anywhere else in the world. But it won't be China that pays the higher duties. Tariffs are paid by firms registered in the U.S. when they import goods, and those extra costs are usually passed along to U.S. consumers. I'm Henry Epp for Marketplace.
I see S&P futures down less than 0.1%. NASDAQ futures down 0.2% now. The small investor frenzy buying stock in GameStop and AMC continues this morning. The video game retailer up 118%. In pre-market trading, stock in the theater chain is up more than 100%. This after the original meme stock Pied Piper popped back up online in a ready-for-action pose. We have a focus this spring on the leading cause of personal bankruptcy in America. That's medical debt. Debt collection by medical providers is often hardcore, but not always. Noam Levy, with our partner KFF Health News, reports on a health system in New York that's taking a different path.
Jolynn Mungenist and other financial counselors at Rochester Regional Health spend most of their days on the telephone, trying to help people pay their hospital bills.
Your current balance right now for one account is $143. We can set you up on a payment plan.
Often, Mungenist says, patients need reassurance.
You know, they're scared, they're nervous, they're upset. They do think, I don't want this to affect my credit rating. I don't want you to come and take my house.
But patients who go to any Rochester Regional Hospital or clinic around upstate New York won't be taken to court. Their wages won't be garnished, they won't be denied care, and unpaid bills won't pull down their credit scores. Elizabeth Benjamin at the nonprofit Community Service Society of New York says these aggressive collection tactics can be devastating.
It never should have been allowed.
Benjamin says Rochester Regional is unusual among providers.
I give them big props. I think it's great.
In a sample of 528 U.S. hospitals, just 19 had policies that bar aggressive collections. That's according to a KFF Health News investigation. Richard Gundling is with the Healthcare Financial Management Association, a hospital trade group. He says many hospitals want the option to pursue patients who have the money but won't pay.
Maybe it's on a very specific case where there is an issue of someone just willfully not paying their bill.
But Rochester Regional found most patients are not trying to duck the bill. Many just don't have $1,000 or $5,000 in the bank. So hospital leaders decided that instead of chasing people who don't pay, they'd find ways to help patients settle bills before collections start. Enroll more people in health insurance, make it easier to sign up for financial aid or get on a payment plan. Jennifer Esslinger is the health system's chief operating officer. She says this strategy can also build trust with patients.
We think and talk a lot about where is the distrust with healthcare. We have to remove that as a barrier. We have to get the trust with the populations that we serve so that they can get the care that they need.
One more thing Esslinger notes, the hospital has been able to shift staffing from collections to financial counseling, so the new approach hasn't hurt the hospital's bottom line. In Washington, D.C., I'm Noam Levy.
That was produced in association with our partner KFF Health News, a nonprofit newsroom covering healthcare issues. When transparency is seen as a bad thing, U.S. airlines are suing the Biden administration for requiring upfront disclosure of airline fees. The airlines say this will overwhelm people buying tickets. The Transportation Department says it will defend the rule aimed at rooting out what it calls junk fees. For instance, is it clear when an airline charges more to check a bag if you pay at the airport? Is it clear you can still fly if you haven't paid extra for a specific seat? Southwest Airlines did not join the other airlines suing and supports disclosure.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Bitwarden, the password manager with autofill to streamline login where there are too many passwords to remember. Bitwarden enables secure access across all accounts and across all devices. Available to download at bitwarden.com. And by Schwab, helping people invest in ideas they believe in with Schwab investing themes, with more than 40 themes to choose from. More at schwab.com.
The WNBA regular season tips off today as superstar rookies Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Camila Cardoso bring a new wave of fans and media attention to the professional game. Can the WNBA build on this moment? Here's Marketplace's Savannah Marr.
Laquita Frederick, who studies the business of sports at Georgetown, calls the WNBA a 25-year overnight success story.
There was always awesome women's basketball. There was always competitive, outstanding players.
Frederick says what's different about today's rookies is they were some of the first allowed to pursue endorsements in college and to benefit from the full branding power of the NCAA. That's how Caitlin Clark became a household name. But she can't be the only one.
It's important that all of your players that have star power have star presence, and you do that through your marketing.
Individual players don't hang around forever. So the WNBA is tasked with getting the Caitlin Clark bandwagon invested in teams, storylines, and the league as a whole. Kenneth Shropshire, professor emeritus at Wharton, says the most sustainable product the W can offer is a team rivalry.
Like we have in other sports where you're not necessarily waiting to see Caitlin Clark play Angel Reese.
Instead, you're marking all the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky matchups on your calendar, long after Clark and Reese have retired. I'm Savannah Marr for Marketplace.
Our producers are Nick Perez, Ariana Rosas, Alex Schroeder, and Erica Soderstrom. Our senior producer is Meredith Gerritsen-Morby. I'm David Brancaccio. It's the Marketplace Morning Report from APM, American Public Media.